Welcome back to another one, Blue is Our City, Manchester City fan channel. And as you can tell from the smile on my face, we're off to a good start of this quarterfinal competition. So today we're going to be talking about, the end of the first leg, Manchester City versus Borussia Dortmund first leg, 2-1 win for City. And we're going to be getting into this match. So if you're new around here, just know that this is Blue is Our City, Manchester City fan channel. Just really helps us if you like the video, subscribe to the video, but most importantly, get at me in the comments. It's just trying to help us grow as a fan base and connect with our brothers and sisters overseas. So let's get into this match, bro. So as we's coming into this match, man, I'm not going to even lie to you. I'm not going to even hold you, man. I was a little nervous about this one. And don't try to act like you guys were extra confident, man, because I know one thing. This is that same time of year every year where we get to this quarterfinal competition. We've had what, four losses now, so we gotta get over the hump, and this is what Guardiola's gonna be judged on. So I was feeling a little nervous about the match, but as we get into the match, it turned out to be a good day for us, but it was not easy. So Borussia Dortmund, Manchester City, first leg of the competition, and the first talking point's gotta be, man, the fact that, like I mentioned, this is where City normally face their Champions League demons, if you will. But coming into into the match, there were several storylines. One, Borussia Dortmund have none other than Mr. Haaland, the striker that everybody wants, Mr. Best of the World striker. So we was going to get a chance to see him on full display. And if he, just did miraculous things, at 150, 180 that they asking for, 150, 180 million they asking for, somebody gonna have to be able to pay it. But luckily, we didn't see a little bit of that today. So the first talking point I really want to mention is really centered around the starting lineup because from a Manchester City perspective, was you really thinking that we were going to go false nine? So all of a sudden he goes false nine with Bernardo playing the striker position. You got Kevin floated up there, but then you got Mahrez on one side, Foden on the other side. But the other takeaways too was Diaz and Stones as was back there. It wasn't Diaz, excuse me, it wasn't Diaz and Laporte. It was Diaz and Stones. And this turned out to be a good kind of, why would I say, a learning day for Mr. Diaz as we went through this match. So it was really good. Now, from a Borussia Dortmund perspective, of course, they got none other than Mr. Marco Royce. We know what he can do, especially in the Champions League. They got Haaland that everybody's talking about. And then we're gonna really see. I don't know if you guys have had a chance. I'm pretty sure everybody in England has had an opportunity to see Mr. Bellingham, but it was one of the first chances I really got a chance to see this kid. I must say I was thoroughly impressed. No Jaden Sancho in this match, so those were my first takeaways. But let's get into the actual first 15, first 13 minutes of the match. Obviously, City start off. We always have possession of the ball, but one thing that you would notice is that I thought Borussia Dortmund were looking good in the early stages of the match, especially within that first 15 minutes. Now they didn't really create no standout opportunities or great opportunities other than Mr. Bellingham making a bit of magic, if you will, happen on the left side and getting a shot directly off at Edison. And I thought that they looked really good, but there were points leading up to that where they were moving the ball throughout the midfield. And I thought that they looked pretty good going into it. Now, turning point happened 18 minutes in. And none other than Mr. Emre Can, formerly of Liverpool, formerly of Juventus. And he just gives us this magical opportunity. And who does it fall to? Mr. Riyad Mahrez. And this is where Mahrez does his thing sometimes without being outstanding offensively. But let me tell you how he started this. With his pressure, the way he just happened to get the ball from Emre Can, who decided to, turn it over right there. He flicks the ball on to Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne is driving through the midfield. He has Foden on the left side, releases Foden on the left side. As you thought the opportunity was about to squander because Foden whips the ball across the 6-yard box. Mahrez is normally on his left foot, not really on his right hand side. So I guess he's not expecting that cross to roll over, but Mr. Mahrez kept it so cool in this moment. But he didn't freak out. He got the ball, set it up for KDB. 1-0 to us. And I was feeling so good about that moment because honestly, like I said, I thought the chance was really lost there. But Emre Can just really helped us out and settle our nerves as City fans because, like I mentioned, we know that this was what it was all about. Moments later that happened, one of my takeaways was Rodri. Rodri had a situation where I think it was like in the 22nd minute. I was like, yo, what is he doing? He gets the ball and he starts looking back and puts us in a little bit of trouble. I think Haaland gets the ball, but it kind of, kind of made its way and he didn't really get a chance to really get a shot off. One of his actual players actually took that opportunity away from him in that moment. But I'm saying to myself, Roger, just be cool, be calm, man, do your thing, just relax in that moment because that could have gone totally wrong. And then I would say that another moment happened right in the I want to say right in the 26th moment where it was Kevin De Bruyne and Phil Foden really getting involved on the ball and the way that they was driving and linking up through the midfield. Now Borussia Dortmund have an opportunity to stop Phil Foden here, but if you go back and watch the game, especially in the 26th minute, you would know that this is an opportunity in the game that where we think we're about to break, but then all of a sudden Phil Foden shows you his strength. Because Foden's normally been this scrawny guy who's been a part of our youth team, but now we recognize his greatness. But in this particular moment I'm referencing, I want you to see how strong he's starting to get. So when you have a chance to go back, just look at this particular moment, and this strength will come into play later as we go through this game. So obviously, there's another talking point that happens around the 28th minute of the mark. And 28 minute, and I'm going to say this is just a crazy situation where Manchester City, we think we have a penalty, and it's the weirdest looking penalty ever. And I'm going to tell you why, because I think every chance just sticks his leg up, and he actually, I think, scuffs Rodri's knee. But the ball hits Rodri's hand or arm, comes up in his face. And as the referee says penalty, Rodri, in my opinion, I'm thinking, oh my God, every chance they really hit him like that. So Rodri's about to get this Oscar for this performance that he's about to do right now. But all of a sudden, I'm thinking to myself when the ref comes back or it says no penalty, and Rodri's just sitting there grabbing his face like his face was hurt. I was like, bro, if you really want the Oscar, you should have been like, yo, my knee was hurt. If he would have said my knee was hurt or started grabbing his knee, definitely would have had a penalty situation. But luckily, well, I would say unfortunately, rather, we did get that opportunity, but I'm not that type of guy. I don't try to win that way. You know what I'm saying? But Rodri, I know you doing your thing, Playboy, but man, next time, bro, grab the knee. Wherever you feel the pain, grab the knee. Don't go to your face because you're not gonna get the Oscar doing that. So, obviously moving on in the game, around the 37th minute of this game, a little bit of madness happened. I think Borussia Dortmund fans are going to have something to say about this, and I'm going to try not to really dwell on it because it's one of the weirdest situations you've ever seen. So around the 37th minute mark, Edison has this brain fart opportunity where Edison just loses himself, and then he tries to kick the ball up, but it looks as he got the ball. He kicks the ball up. Jude Bellingham gets it, slots in the back of the net, but they called a foul on Bellingham. But when you kind of look back at it, I don't know, maybe because it's raw and I haven't had a chance to really dissect the game, but it really looked like Edison kicked him. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna act like that wouldn't even happen, but now I can say luckily that it was still 1-0 as we made our way into halftime. But I think Borussia Dortmund had some chances within the game, and they really did stay. Now moving on to the second half, no changes happen. Guardiola comes back out there with the same squad, but there's one moment that happens later as soon as we start the really second half where was Erling Haaland really wasn't getting involved in the game, but there was one opportunity where he gets the ball, it comes over the top to him, and you saw the way he kind of just pushed Diaz off and was like, yo, hold that, hold that. I'm like, yo, this is our leader right now. He kind of sat him down like a little bit like, NFL style stiff arm. It was just like, bow, get to the floor. And, really, he got the shot. He didn't really get the shot off. He kind of scuffed it, but Edison saved it. But I was like, yo, look, that's the strength and the power, just that little bit of strength and power. That's what everybody's talking about right now. So I thought that actually happened. But as we go on throughout the match, and I will say this, it just got so much better for City because we started, as we're watching this game as a fan, right? We had the 1-0 going on for so long. It was just 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. And we're kind of going in our mind saying, well, all right, all right. What about if we just hold this 1-0 and then we make it back to Germany? It's going to put a lot of pressure on us, but we're thinking that we could just, kind of set up shop and, lock down the game with the 1-0 with our defense being solid. But as you can see the game go on, it was just like, yo, we need a second goal. We need a second goal. And then later, what happens? Yo, Borussia Dortmund score. And Borussia Dortmund score in the way of Haaland created assist for Marco Royce. And then we thinking everything is about to be over because they scored. They got the away goal. But I will say that this is where the turning point started to happen for me, is that you can really see us trying to get the second goal, but now they get the second goal on a counterattacking opportunity, if you will. Um, but we didn't give up. And that's one thing I want to say. And I talked about Phil Foden's strength because as you watch this game, yo, City fans was about to be all over Foden. And I'm not saying like, all over him in like a senior level player way. Even though he is a senior level player, he's still a kid at the end of the day. But we were about to have some sharp critiques of him because there were so many opportunities. But he was making fantastic runs all game. And he was just missing shots. He had one opportunity that KDB was driving, cut it right back on him, and he gets the ball on his left foot. He didn't really aim it. It was straight at the keeper. Then there was another time that he broke through. He didn't finish it properly. So you can see that the players were starting to get a little bit frustrated, mainly Kevin, because Kevin knows what this means. Kevin's like, yo, I'm not trying to lose this, but all of a sudden magic happens. It reminds us as City fans to just say, okay, Borussia Dortmund scored. We're not going to give up. And then all of a sudden we start fighting back. And then it later presents itself with a KDB left footed cross. Whereas Gundogan made this fantastic run to the box on his KDB's left foot, gets it to Gundogan. Gundogan could have easily tried to score this goal, but he was like, yo, chill, 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 relax. I got this, Mr. IG. Slots it right for Foden, and it's Foden's redemption story right then and there. So it just goes to show you how Phil Foden was just showing you little strengths. He didn't have the best game as far as his finishing. He is still developing. But what we're looking at in this particular team is that no matter what is going on, we have that ability to adjust. We can win and take the 1-0, or we can go behind and say, yo, we need another goal, and we were able to do that. Yeah, I know. I feel myself. I'm comfortable. And I'm comfortable because I'm happy that we won, but I know it's not over yet. So it's a good start, but we know that this is the part of that time of the year, this competition where we start to see, really what's in the hearts of men. And as Manchester City fans, we've been let down by so many different things. But it's good to see that we are, got this narrow lead going back to Germany. It's a building block for us, but we know we can't get too overhyped. It'd be real interesting to see what Pep does come next week with us. Is we're going to see rotations in there, but it's a really good start for Manchester City. I'm not going to be extra confident in it, but I am happy that we won. So just know if you're watching the content, you digging the content, feel free to hit that like video or that like comment or that like. See, I'm still new to this. Sometimes I can't talk, but feel free to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Manchester City win, Borussia Dortmund lose. Blue is our city. Let's do it again next week, baby.